Ms. Spaulding, City of Antioch.
Are we on? Are we on? Yes, we're on. Chair Eisenberg and council members, thank you so much for allowing us to give our comments today. Although you haven't seen us at these meetings, we've been watching, and we've been providing comments for all the drafts. And so, first of all, I spoke with Cindy on the way in, but from our standpoint, we're very pleased to see the language that's come in about historical flows. We're not getting...
If you could move that mic up a bit.
Is it working?
Try it again now.
Nothing. Do you want me to sit here?
Yeah, probably better sit up in front here.
Come on. Okay, now what do I do?
It's on. It should be on.
Sorry. Thank you so much for allowing us, the City of Antioch, to comment. What I said earlier was we have been watching and we have been commenting all along. You just haven't seen our face at these meetings. We want to thank Joe for all the work modifying Mr. Eisenberg and also recognizing City of Antioch's issues throughout the time. We'll miss you. I had spoken to Cindy on the way in about the language that's gotten into the plan, which we appreciate in many chapters, many locations, having to do with delta outflow, with the importance of these flows to the ecosystem and also to beneficial uses. And so I have 3 different comment areas, but I can tie it back to Chapter 1 if you'd like me to just cover Chapter 1. First of all, it has to do primarily with language, which is what Cindy and I were talking about, related to flows and then water diversions. The second topic is the wording about matching water exports to water availability. That's in Chapter 3. It seems, I can go there, but it seems a little less than strong about matching up. And then the third comment is our questions about the Stewardship Council's role and powers in regards to BDCP, the appellate role. So in the language, I wanted to alert you to some of the language that we appreciate. The first one is in Chapter 3, page 82, where the delta water comes from and goes. Over the past century, upstream diversions and water exports have transformed the delta, reducing outflows to the ocean by an average of 50%. Important statement. Chapter 6, page 228, protect beneficial uses by managing salinity. Historically, natural flows through the delta regulated salinity in a way that favored the delta ecosystem. Today, salinity in the delta is dominated by the effects of upstream water diversions and use of the delta to convey flows to Central and Southern California. Both very strong statements that we appreciate. So back to Chapter 1 on page 9, lines 17 through 24. About the middle of that third paragraph, it says, the residue of upstream urban and agricultural uses causes problems for downstream fish and water diverters alike. I didn't understand residue, but it goes on to say later, high water flows that historically improved habitat and a diverse food web came with the threat of lost homes, flooded farmland, and disaster for Delta residents. So what I don't hear mentioned in either case are flows for fish and diversions causing some of these impacts. It makes it sound like there's pollutants in this residue, and that's all that's going on, rather than diversions actually causing some issues there. And then the high water flows cause floods, but there's nothing about the benefit of flows for fish. So that's just a little thing. Do you want me to continue with the others or just wait until the other chapters?
I
Keep
think you ought
going.
to just
Randy
keep going.
says keep going. Okay. All right. On Chapter 3.
Page number?
Page 68.
5-8?
6.8.
6.8, sorry.
What does it mean to achieve the goal of more reliable water supply for California? And there's wording in there that talks about better matching the state's demands for reasonable and beneficial use of water to the amount of water supply that is available. And then it goes on a little later to say, water exported from the Delta will more closely match water supplies available to be exported. And I guess the question is, can we afford that mismatch? Can we afford to be that, better matching more closely rather than match? So that's just a comment. And then the third comment is from Chapter 3, page 90. And this is regarding the wording about the potential appellate role for BDCP.
Which line are you talking about?
I don't have the line.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It's where you discuss the appellate role.
Probably in the chart.
I have it back at my chair. We're not clear what that means, and we're not clear when and how this would come into play, and especially in regards to BDCP. In other words, is it possible that the BDCP would be approved by agencies and yet it doesn't meet the co-equal goals? And so I don't understand, we don't understand the potential appellate role, what that means.
You got to look at the statute.
Okay. All right.
We can't change the statute.
Okay. I will read the statute.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ed.